Hey everyone, I'm Marianela Rivera and I'm Vice Chair of the Lawrence School Committee. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Lawrence, Massachusetts, our community is majority Latino and our school system was placed under state takeover back in 2011. So we're going on year 8 of state takeover of our schools with no signs of us ever transitioning out. So I'm actually going to start a vlog, which those of you who know me know that this is completely out of my comfort zone. I don't like to be center of attention. I don't post a ton of pictures of myself on social media. So completely out of my comfort zone, but it's honestly so desperately needed in our community because there's so much politicking that goes on behind closed doors and so much corruption in politics that I really want to shine a light on the school committee and what's currently happening under state takeover in order to create more transparency around the Lawrence receivership. Right now, it's being touted as this success story, as the gold standard of state takeovers, and how other state takeovers across the country should really emulate what we're doing. And the reality is that it's not the gold standard. Essentially, what our students are undergoing is just a lot of drill and kill test prep. And so I'm just like deeply concerned at this point. We've asked the State Department, when are we transitioning out of receivership? And we're told, you're not ready, you're not ready, you're not ready. We have asked for a transition plan, but they refuse to engage us in a conversation around a transition plan. So right now, there are members of our community that are drafting a transition plan. And we want to present that to the state, but we want this to be a collaborative community project. We want everyone to have a voice in this process because we want to make sure that we transition successfully out of receivership. And so I'm starting a vlog and I'm actually leaving to New Orleans tonight. I am going with 2 of our youth, along with a parent of our community, because we want to study what happened to New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. For those of you who don't know, their entire school system was privatized after Hurricane Katrina. And so we want to study that state takeover, and we want to understand what was happening before the state takeover and what happened that led to their entire system being privatized and the impact that it's had on their community, because there are people in the Lawrence community that are concerned that we are essentially going to be completely privatized. And so we want to save our democracy. You know, the reality is under the state takeover is that we have no say as to what happens to our children in school. And to be honest, to me, that should be unconstitutional. You know, if you really think about it, our community, our ability to elect members of a school committee is the most basic form of participating in our democracy. We pay our property taxes, which goes to fund our schools. And then our elected leaders help us, you know, decide how that money is going to be spent. So it really is a collaborative approach between the community and our elected leaders in terms of, you know, what happens to our children in school. And so we want to have that democratic control back. At least the majority of the community is all on the same page. You know, we understand that our schools were chronically underperforming for many years, and we needed help. We did need help. But this state takeover is more of a dictatorship, and our school committee has no say or participation in the budget approval process. We don't have a say or participation in policy making. We essentially have experienced like a learned helplessness because we don't get to participate in how a normal school committee would manage their schools. And so I am looking forward to continuing on this journey of creating this vlog and sharing with you my research, sharing with you videos of this trip to NOLA. I really want our community to understand the implications that if we don't ever transition out of this receivership and we become completely privatized, what that would look like. And so for those of you who want to learn more about what's happening in the Lawrence Public Schools and about education reform in general, please follow me on Instagram at Marianella Rivera 1, like the number 1. You can also follow me on Facebook and subscribe to my page. So stay tuned for more videos.